Hey, this is Gene, and this report's current as of Thursday on the 5th here. With the warm temperatures that we've been having, the perch fishermen haven't really slowed down yet. The water temperatures are warming up to in the low to mid 80s at times. The size of the perch has come down a little bit. We're getting a lot of fish in the 7 to 9 inch range, and sometimes up to 10. But the bulk of them, I would say, are 8 and 9 inches, more even 8 than 9 so far. Although you do run into some nicer fish at times. As far as where they're biting on Lake Mendota, they've been fishing out around Governor's Island on both sides, the Warner Bay side and out on the west side, and they've been fishing anywhere from, I would say, 18, 19 feet of water out to 25, even 30 feet at times. On the west side of the lake, they're fishing from the hatch cover, they're fishing down by Marshall Park, they're fishing down towards Stony Point and down by Spring Harbor. And the same thing, they're fishing in those 18 to 25, 28, 29 foot of water at times, depends on the time of the day. And generally the best bite has been right down near the bottom. Again, a lot of those fish are in that 8 inch range, but you do get some that are bigger than that. As far as baits go, spikes, waxworms, pieces of redworm have been working, or a piece of nightcrawler, and of course hellgrammites or spider mites are always working well, and we have been having a pretty good supply of those. So. As far as bass go on the lake, the smallmouth have been pretty deep from what I've heard. The guys that are fishing them have been fishing in 25, even 30 feet of water at times, but 20, 25 pretty regular. And the guys perch fishing out in that 18, 20, 25 foot of water have been taking some smallmouth by accident, but some nice sized fish at times. Bluegills on Mendota, the ones that I've heard about, the few guys that have been fishing a few still seem to be on the weed edges. And you've been getting a few white bass while you're perch fishing. But as far as guys that are fishing for white bass, I don't think they've been doing catching that many. The guys that have been catching the perch have probably been catching more of them. Over on Lake Monona, the bluegills obviously have moved out away from the weed lines for the most part and are starting to suspend over some deeper water areas. Look for them out in front of Obrick Park, Hudson Park, over by Wildhaven, out in front of the rock pile at Squaw Bay, and out in front of Turville Point. A lot of mixed sizes of fish. There are bluegills up to 8 inches, but I would say the bulk of them are 6, 7, 7.25, once in a while 7.5 for the most part. Muskie action, haven't heard any muskie action as of late. When the water temperatures get this high, a lot of the muskie guys back off and stop fishing. It's just too hard on the fish. Largemouth bass have been schooling up a little bit out on some of the deeper weed lines on the lake. I haven't heard anything shallow. They've been out in that 12, 14 feet of water or so. Lake Wabeesa, I've been hearing rumors of some nice sized bluegills showing up down there, although I haven't heard where. I've got to believe they're out in a little deeper water. You know, that 17 to 25 foot of water or so seems to be a good area to look. Just south of Hog Island, the bar out in front of Green Lantern, just to the south of that, sometimes can be good. Out from Rockford Heights or Babcock Park in that area. Or out in front of Christie's even. All those areas are good places to look for bluegills out in the deeper water. I was hearing quite a bit of walleye action on Wabeesa, although I have not heard that as of late. It doesn't mean that nothing's happening. I just haven't heard much. And since the perch bite's been so good up on Mendota here, a lot of the action I was hearing on Lake Higanza, I haven't been hearing anymore. That doesn't mean it's not occurring. That just means most of the guys I was talking to that were fishing down there are fishing up here now. That's about it here locally. I have been hearing some guys fishing up by Crystal Lake. The water level has gone down a little bit. I've been getting some bluegills up in there, both from shore and in boats. And then up on Lake Wisconsin, I've been hearing a little bit of walleye action up on that lake and up into the Wisconsin River at times. A lot of those river levels are pretty low down here, so use caution whenever you're up in there. That's about all I have for right now. If you want to call us at the store, 608-244-3474. That's the Big Fish Fishing Report line, or if you want to talk to somebody in person, call 608-241-4225. Thanks, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.